To this super intimate group, Shabbat Shalom to those of you who are at home. We are entering the intense shul period of the month of Tishri, so we know that everyone chooses wisely of which services they want to go to. So I am so delighted you are all here tonight. And we are so delighted to have Adaya with us. Some of you have heard Adaya's beautiful singing, and Adaya came to us through the wonderful shidduch of studying with David Dolan, who is one of our beloved members, and so we're really happy that Adaya is with us tonight and tomorrow for Shabbat, and then we'll be doing more through the autumn, more singing. So just an invitation to set your intention as we go into our service. What is your kavanah tonight for Shabbat Shuvah, the Shabbat that liminal Shabbat that hovers between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur and allows us to bring with us whatever we started to commit to for Rosh Hashanah before we go into Yom Kippur. So as always, we sing Shalom Aleichem, which you can find on page 76, and I haven't even got a resold book, but Louise, you have, just in case you need one. So, Shalom Aleichem, Adaya, thank you so much for being with us and helping us welcome Shabbat. What page number is it?
Page 6 in this one.
Page 6 in the grey.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem l'shalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon. Mi melech malachei hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Beautiful. So let's swing back to page 73 if you are using Lev Chadash, or page 5 if you have the grey resold, as we stand here to light candles wherever you are at home, your kitchen, your living room, however you're bringing in the feeling of Shabbat as Beverly comes to light candles. Usher in a bit of New Year. Yes. New Year blessing, strength and sweetness.
Baruch Ata Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen. Shabbat Shalom. Strength, health, wellness, sweetness to you, Beverly. and we are going to move straight to page 78. It does not exist in Resold, so just enjoy, sit back and enjoy as we offer Yedid Nefesh.
ידיד נפש אב הרחמן, ידיד נפש אב הרחמן, משוך עבדך אל רצונך, משוך עבדך לה 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 אל רצונך. ירוץ עבדך כמו אייל, ישתחווה אלי אל מול הדרך. ידיד נפש אב הרחמן, ידיד נפש אב הרחמן, משוך עבדך אל רצונך, משוך עבדך לה 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 אל רצונך. ירב לו ידידותיך, מנופת צופי וכל טעם.
So really welcoming Shabbat together. We now go to page 91 to Lachadodi, or page 9 if you have the grey Resold, to continue welcoming each other, welcoming Shabbat. Our minchag is always to stand for that last verse and to welcome anyone who arrives late and makes them feel as comfortable as we can. But to just be able to be in this moment of what a strange week to have Chag, to have the new year within the week, so that when we get to Shabbat, it feels like we've had a lot of Kadosh time, of holy time. So somewhere in what this week has been for us, that allows us to arrive at Shabbat again with that freshness. Lachadodi.
Lechadodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי היא מקור הברכה. מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי. אורי, אורי, שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
So let's
Ninety-two.
92, sorry.
That's right. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai Ha'ma'ariv Aravim. We praise you, O God, whose word makes evening fall. Ahavat olam, together. Page 93, or if you are in Resold, it is on page 11.
Ahavat olam Beit Yisrael, Amcha ahavta, Amcha ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, Chukim u'mishpatim, Otanu limadeta, Otanu limadeta. Al ken Adonai Eloheinu b'shochbeinu ובקומנו נשיח בחוקיך ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד, כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ובהם נגן יומם ולילה, ואהבתך אל תסור ממנו לעולמים.
whatever feels right for you for the Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Leolam Vaed.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך, ובשופך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. And so we recall having witnessed God's power of praising God's name, of giving thanks, and then full of joy, recalling that we sang together, Mi Chamocha.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha neder b'kodesh, nora tehilot osef eleh, nora tehilot osef eleh. Adonai imloch leolam vaed. Adonai imloch leolam vaed. Leolam vaed.
ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו. Baruch atah Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael. And so we offer Hashkivenu, thinking of that idea that sleep was mysterious and was frightening, and that this prayer, amongst other things, prays for us to lie down in peace and ease and rise up to life renewed. And so we then go on to pray for this Shabbat Shalom that shields us from sickness and war, famine and distress, and even from wrongdoing.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom, vehamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom, לחיים, ושמו צאתנו, ובואנו, לחיים ולשלום, מעתה ועד עולם. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום, והעמידנו מלכנו לחיים. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום, והעמידנו מלכנו לחיים.
ברוך אתה אדוני הפורש סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל יושבי תבל. So we stand now for the tefillah, and as we always do, we offer our kavanah, our intention of prayer, to be for the hostages and their families, those who are still alive, are in those desperate conditions, and those who have died, whose families mourn them, but are unable to mourn them fully without having them home. So for those remaining ones who are in such despair and distress, we hold them very firmly in our hearts right now as we offer the tefillah, which is on page 97 in Lev Chadash, or page 15 in the Resoles that you have.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi tehillatcha. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi tehillatcha.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu Omel hasadim tovim v'konei hakol v'zocher hasdei avot v'imahot u'mevi gula livnei v'neihem. Ta'arav lahoshia Mashiv haruach u'morid hageshem, mazriach hashemesh u'morid hatal.
מחלקל חיים בחסד, מחיה מתים ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. ונאמן אתה להחיות מתים, ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי המתים.
Mark this Shabbat, and so conscious of the seasons moving that now we are back into dusk while we pray together after what felt like a never-ending summer of sunshine and doors open. So it means we can chart that time together.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, את השבת, לעשות את השבת. Shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
Baruch atah Adonai, Makadesh HaShabbat. We praise you, O God, for the holiness, the separateness, the time of Shabbat. Eternal God, be gracious to your people Israel, and in your love accept their prayers. May our worship now and always be acceptable in your sight. We praise you, O God, whom alone we worship in reverence. Baruch atah Adonai, she'otacha levadacha b'yira na'avod. So maybe you are up for sharing something you feel grateful, appreciative for in these first few days of this new year, and share something if you feel that you can. David, you look like you're ready. You're always ready. No, you looked ready.
To me, the highlight was actually getting back into Hutton Grove. That is such a lovely Rosh Hashanah. It felt very special.
Yeah.
I was in tears there.
Yeah, I know. So David, for those of you online, David said that for him, what he feels most grateful for was being back in our Hutton Grove in FPS, and how emotional it felt being together for Rosh Hashanah. I'm now nervous. Like, it looks like Beverly, it looked like you, maybe Dan, but I don't know. Beverly first.
I'm grateful that my son and daughter have finally exchanged and will be moving in October.
Oh my gosh, that's big. That is big. That's so special. I will congratulate. I have so many things. I'm giving you longer if you want. So many things to be grateful for. Actually, I really feel being back in the building was just extraordinary, and a lot of people worked, but you will be unsurprised to know that Beverly, who always takes the lion's share of things, just enabled us to be back there. But I think it was just so beautiful. Our family service, first thing in the morning, Ian blew shofar for that. To be able to move seamlessly without too many blockages in the corridor into our traditional service, for our musicians, for our tech, for people to be able to be connected even if they weren't in the building. I think for me, it like really brought back the memories of COVID, of racing against time, of being able to do things, and it was really beautiful. So I thank you all for adding to that beauty of Rosh Hashanah, and I'm really grateful for the windows. I mean, oh my goodness, to stand on the bima, and I know the musicians were too, to see those windows. So anyone else have things there? Philippa.
I am very grateful for your sermon on Rosh Hashanah Day. You dealt with a very sensitive and emotive subject for our community, and I loved the metaphor you used, the table and the different guests at it that really kind of spoke to the diversity of the community and the history of the community as well. So yeah, I was very pleased to be there and really very pleased.
Thank you.
I'm grateful that you led in such a strong and compassionate way.
Thank you, Philippa. Thank you. Very nice. Thank you. Okay, yeah, I'm back. Anyone else? And it needn't be about the synagogue or Rosh Hashanah. It can be about what's happening in your own home and life and work and anyone else. Margot.
Our son, Daniel, lives in Australia and he has a partner called Jonathan. And they said to us yesterday that Jonathan wants to convert to Judaism and they want to attend some of our services on Zoom.
How lovely. Wow.
Yeah.
Which city are they in?
The closest big city is Melbourne, but they're in a little town called Mathra.
Okay, all right. Oh, lovely. That is really big. I look forward to I look forward to meeting them both maybe online at the services. Yeah, they'll be doing it in their own time zone, won't they? Definitely. Anyone else before we offer Modim? I don't want to put anyone on the spot. Go on, Daniel. Thank you.
Amazingly, our rose bush gave room to another set of amazing roses in our front garden. I really wasn't expecting it. And
Oh, I love when that
when I
happens.
left the house this morning, someone told me they loved our roses, and that made me really happy.
Oh. What colour are they?
Pink.
Pink. The best. Okay.
Just very briefly.
Yes.
Very, very briefly. I love the fact that we send our services out all over the world and there are people with us now and on every service from Naples and Bangalore and Illinois, and it's just remarkable that we have this opportunity to do that, and we're creating for ourselves an international community.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, let's offer together Modim anachnu lach she'ata hu Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu le'olam va'ed tzur hayenu magen yishenu ata hu l'dor v'dor nodeh lecha nsaper tehilatecha al hayenu hamsurim biyadecha v'al nishmotenu hapekudot lach v'al nisecha shebachol yom imanu v'al niflotecha v'tovotecha shebachol eit erev v'voker v'tzoharayim Baruch ata Adonai hatov shemcha u'lacha na'eh lohodot.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. 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 Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov be'enecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם, תשים לעולם.
Baruch atah Adonai oseh hashalom. So we just take a moment for silent prayer for us, and during these 10 days we're really encouraged to be thinking about our life, and to be thinking about our life not in terms of quantity but in quality. Today I had the extraordinary experience of visiting a member who's really been very unwell, is, would say very much in his senior years, is but incredibly vibrant with it. And then after that I went straight to do a tiny baby girl who's 8 days old today, her covenant ceremony to welcome her into our community, into her home, into her tradition. So, one of our younger family members, of course, and I really felt like covering those spectrums of life within an hour, literally. And it really made me think not just about endings and beginnings, actually, but about the quality of life, of what we bring to it. None of us know how long we live for. None of us know how healthy days are here, more challenging, unwell days are. None of us know that. But what we do know is that the life that we have is ours. We have to make the most of it. And Jenny Odell, who's written a lot about living in the present, and her most recent book, Saving Time, Discovering a Life Beyond the Clock, which I'm sure we will all be interested in. She says maybe the point isn't to live more in the literal sense of a longer or more productive life, but rather to be more alive in any given moment, a movement outward and across, rather than shooting forward on a narrow, lonely track. So I'm just going to read those words again. Maybe the point isn't to live more in the literal sense of a longer or more productive life, but rather to be more alive in any given moment, a movement outward and across, rather than shooting forward on a narrow, lonely track. One of the things we're invited to do during these 10 days is to have that conversation with ourselves every night of how do I feel, or what have I done, what am I proud of, but to really resist being too judgy and to just kind of ease into that sense of how am I living? Might I want to change it slightly? So just reminding you of that in this moment of pause. Take it home with you. You've got another few nights before we meet again on Wednesday evening.
יהיו לרצון אמרי פי, יהיו לרצון אמרי פי, וגיון ליבי לפניך, וגיון ליבי לפניך, אדוני צורי וגואל. Adonai Tzuri v'goli. Tzuri, Tzuri v'goli. Tzuri v'goli. Ose shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru, Amen. Ose shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru, Amen. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru, Amen.
So lovely to have that Oseh Shalom from Nava Tehillah, the band in Israel that put that together, and to have you, Adaya, singing it with us, for us. So I was just trying to see if I could remotely remember Judy Chicago's page in the Siddur. Yeah.
216.
Is it? Okay. So that we might offer this before singing Aleinu together. No, but it might be. Yes, 213. So very close. So a reminder for us, Judy Chicago, who I mentioned on Rosh Hashanah morning, of course, she created the dinner party of women across the centuries who have all contributed to life in varying ways. But and that idea of the dinner party, I only remember Judy Chicago after having written the sermon, so it feels nice to be reminded of Judy Chicago and all she brought and continues to bring. So page 213, let's stand, let's offer this as an alternative reflection before the Aleinu, before we turn to page 520. And then all that has divided us will merge. And then compassion will be wedded to power. Do join me in reading. And then softness will come to a world that is harsh and unkind. And then both men and women will be gentle. And then both women and men will be strong. And then no person will be subject to another person's will. And then all will be rich and free and varied. And then the greed of some will give way to the needs of many. And then all will share equally in the earth's abundance. And then all will care for the sick and the weak and the old. And then all will nourish the young. And then all will cherish life's creatures. And then all will live in harmony with each other and earth. And then everywhere will be called Eden once again. page 520.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, אשר שם חלקנו לייחד את שמו, וגורלנו להמליך מלכותו, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובהי מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשבות אל לבביך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחתינו. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. So we turn to Kaddish on page 524. And before we turn to the yard sites that fall at this season, I just acknowledge the recent death of Mickey Capsuto, friend of Molly, who's online in Buffalo Grove in Illinois. May his memory be for a blessing. When we turn to the yard sites in our own congregation, we think particularly of Alfred Vassallo, birth father of Robin Heller, of Anthony J., brother of Barry J., Martina Hirsch, wife of Jack Hirsch, Penelope Lerner, sister of Andrea Narchin, of Raina Bahar, grandmother of Claudia Prieto, of Robert Warhurst, stepfather of Debbie Dweck, Sidney Fox, father of Adele Carr, and Sidney Harris, father of Amanda Hamilton. Zichronam Livracha, may their memories all be for a blessing, and may those who recall and remember their loved ones be comforted just a little in their loss as we say the words of Kaddish together. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, b'yama divrach yirtei v'yamlich malchutei, b'hayechon v'yomechon, uv'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, b'agalav v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mavorach le'olam amei amaya. V'yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ah v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithada v'yitale v'yitalal shemei dekudusha brichu. Leila min kol berchata v'shurata, tushbahata v'nechemata, da'amiram b'yama v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shamaya, v'hayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'al kol b'nei adam, v'imru amen. So let's sit down. A reminder, we are back at TCC tomorrow, Trinity Church Center, and this will be the pattern for Shabbatot until we let you know that we can be back in the building. But we are there for Yom Kippur. So just if there's any confusion, we realize that we didn't remind people in the email about tonight. If there is any confusion, just assume you're here. You will really know loud and clear. We will be blowing the shofar when we return back to Hutton Grove. But Wednesday night,
7:30 for Kol Nidre, and then all day from 10:40 Yom Kippur morning. Something I do want to, and I'll announce it again tomorrow, is that I realise we will not really have a good enough space for our shiur on Yom Kippur. Like, not enough space for everyone to gather, because we really need the small hall to be a place of moving in and out. So what I'm going to do is to create a learning sheet to enable you to maybe gather in small groups, or maybe you'll have one person to go off with, or maybe you'll choose to sit on your own, but we'll be flexible and creative with that. But you will have resources, and I will remind you all tomorrow morning. I'll remind you on Kol Nidre. You can grab a friend, or even better, someone who isn't your friend and someone you don't know very well that you can do it with. But I will enable us all to do that, because family service this year is in the afternoon at the same time as the shiur would be. So, unless, I don't know. Okay.
Use a classroom.
You could use a classroom, but generally speaking, numbers are too big for a classroom. But I think what we'll do maybe is to allocate a few classrooms, and small groups can be together.
We can sort the small out.
Okay. Okay. It's probably better small groups anyway. So we'll set small groups in the classrooms with a learning sheet, and then whoever you end up with, that's a great idea, David. Whoever you end up with is who you're going to be learning with. Is there any other announcement, Beverly? Feels like a very announcement-heavy time to remind people of things. Yes, I am going to remind you of Sukkot. So Sukkot is on Monday, a week on Monday the 6th. We are going to have Erev Sukkot service, Margot and Aaron's lovely garden, and we're going to have a very creative sukkah with their awning and with lots of fruit and veg around, and we will be bringing hot chocolate and wine, and we'll be having a lovely service. Dean and I will be there. On Sukkot morning, you have the choice on Tuesday morning. If you fancy a traditional service, Southgate are waiting to welcome you at 11 o'clock, but we generally find not many people come with me to Southgate. So instead, I am offering an alternative experience of a Sukkot nature walk. And I'm waiting to see who tells me they want to come. Then we'll decide whether we do Totteridge, whether we do Kenwood, but we will walk together. We'll pray a bit. We'll do a bit of hitbodedut, which is to walk and talk to God, but we can do it to each other as well. And we will have a Kiddush picnic at the end with coffee maybe rather than wine. So just bear that in mind. Let Caroline know if you fancy one or other, so we know for numbers. And then for Simchat Torah, we are going back to Shared Tzedek, who are going to be welcoming us, and we'll share the service. We've got our own Chatan and Kala, Bereshit, and Torah. We'll be honouring Janet Tresman and Roger Lyons, but we'll be sharing with them. And then truly, friends, the end of the month of October, I think looks to be, even if it's November, looks to be that we will be home and no longer homeless congregation seeking the succor and kindness of strangers. So, but let me know if you fancy coming for the Sukkot walk. I have always wanted to do it, and this is the time to have another rabbi leading a service for me to be able to do that. Michael.
Just thinking that it might be an opportunity to just tell the congregation about the choir that's going to happen. I know you mentioned it, but seeing as we've had...
Absolutely, thank you. So choir, we have wanted to have a choir for a long time. Thank you so much, Michael. We wanted to have a choir for a long time at FPS, and lo and behold, did I just do that?
Twice.
That's it.
Oh, there again. That's it.
You're a
We've wanted to have a choir for such a long time, and Adaya has come into the midst, and with Franklin we'll be offering the chance to sing in a choir. No, we're saying you don't have to read music, you have to just enjoy singing. and you're going to be meeting initially on a Tuesday night. We might move that to the Wednesday night, the same night as the Education Hub. But Adaya is here tonight. I'm going to let you say something. I'm not speaking only for you. Tonight and tomorrow, a chance to talk to her. We've had lots of people that have expressed interest and hope that they can join, and really no one needs to judge themselves out of it, do they?
Absolutely not. It's only for pure fun and community and singing together, the joy of singing and creating together. Yeah.
Great. It's true. We'll have to see if Adaya has to turn anyone away, but she's going to really try not to.
No, I won't. I won't.
Thank you for that, Michael. Thank you. So we're starting the last week of October. Hopefully we will be back and have space, but just watch this spot. We will keep communicating with everyone through our weekly email, on the website, through messages. So we are going to finish tonight with Erev Shoshanim, which we never get to hear. Dean and I offer it at weddings, but hardly any other times. So you can find Erev Shoshanim on page 651 in the Siddur. But as we're letting go of the summer, singing of an evening of roses, and imagining us going out to the orchard. Well, Michael has an orchard that he probably goes out to his orchard every night, but we can imagine that for ourselves. I'm sure that's going to happen. Thank you. And sing with Adaya.
ערב של שושנים נצאנה אל הבוסתן בו בשמים ולבונה לרגלך מפתן לילה יורד לאט ורוח שושן נושבה הבה אלחש לך שיר בלט זמר של אהבה שחר הומה יונה ראשך מלא טללים פיך אל הבוקר שושנה אכתפנו לי לילה יורדת לאט ורוח שושן נושבה הבה אלחש לך שיר בלט זמר של אהבה.
Thank you, Adaya. Thank you, everyone.